And so hey, here's the couplings we welded on in the last week's video, and here's some 3/8 couplings we welded on some other day. But today I got one more welding video, and I'm going to show you how we weld one coupling, or actually two couplings, onto this piece of pipe. Again, we're going to use the old Southbend lathe. Now the hardest part of this is to get the thing chucked up in the lathe. So let me show you how we do it. Well, first we take a cap, a big coupling, put it in the pre-jaw, and we lightly clamp it there. And the rest of it's really a two-man job. There's only one. You need 3 hands. Let me show you how this works. You take another coupling and the piece of pipe, and try to hold them all together. Stick it on the center. And get them kind of lined up on the back. We're going to weld the front first. Then we run it in. Now it's just loose clamped. Now right now we're going to line it up. Now remember, the caps aren't round and the pipe isn't round. So what we try to do is get it lined up as best we can. Move that cross light out of the way and just kind of line it in there and gently tighten that guy up. Now that's all eyeball stuff, and you got to try to split up the outer roundness between everything that you got going on, and that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that'll be good enough for our weld up next to the chuck. We'll clamp her down tight, run it in, and we're about ready to go. So before we get started, I want to clean a tip. So first thing we'll do, we'll hack off the piece of wire. And every weld I like to clean that off a little bit with the wire brush. So clean that off, take it out a little bit, cut it off, so just a little bits sticking out. I'm going to put it in the jig. We got a line on the jig where we're putting it, gets us roughed in. I'm going to move it back over to the joint. Looks good. Let me show you how to line that up. So now we use to line this up is a piece of 1/2" tool steel and a 3/8 piece of tool steel. We want that gun tip to be about 7/16 away from the tube. So we'll turn this lathe on. Now first we check it with a 1/2". There's nothing bigger than half. Then we stick the 3/8 up to it. And it's just a little far, so we'll move it down just a hair. And then check it again. And that looks pretty good. Now there's a pretty big hole in this piece. We'll have to see if we can get that to fill. But that's it. It's ready to weld. So when I weld that thing, I'm going to put on a thick glove because a 2-minute weld shot is going to get pretty hot. That's all there is to it. And we'll give it a go. Get a good start spot. We'll start right there. Things are lined up. Here we go. So there's that weld. Let me turn it up a little bit. Pretty nice little MIG weld in there. Normally we'd use some anti-spatter, but in my haste I forgot to put some on this piece, so be a few more burrs to pop off on this end than there will the other. It's not too bad though. If the gun's set right, you don't get too much spatter. That's what it looks like. Let me show you how to get the other end ready to go. So again, the first thing we have to do is just loosen the chuck a little, just slightly. And then again, we got to line up the other end. Yeah, it's ready to weld now. The pipe's square, the caps are square, but we only line up one end at a time. So it's just easier that way. So we back that out. This guy lined up. And it's all an eyeball thing on this because nothing's really round. Looks round, but put a mic on it, it's not very round. So there we got it. I like to clean my gun every time. It's not worth it to have a dirt piece or something fall off, screw up 2-minute weld. So take that gun out. Give it a snip, brush it off. Give it one more snip, put it back in. And we got a alignment button. Everything's good. I'm gonna, on this end, give it a little anti-spatter. We'll not have any burrs to worry about. Turn back to weld speed. Move this guy down. Turn back up a little bit. And again, check it out. 1/2-inch bar. So it looks like it might be a little tight. And the 3/8. That's probably pretty good right there. So turn down the weld speed. We'll blast this guy in. So the guy's ready to go again. So get a big thick glove on. And we'll blast it in. Well, there you have it. 1 cap, 2 caps, welded on a pipe. Do it all right in the Southbend. Thanks for stopping by.